Okay, this is part 2 of my talk about Synchrodestiny. And the first part of my talk, I talked a lot about how we as humans let our mind drive our body around based upon what the mind wants to do. And then I talked about how we really need to reconsider the way that things are going because all of our minds want to do egoic things. What's wrong with that? Well, it's basically a power struggle. All of the minds want to own everything and make everyone else their slave. And, is that really good? No, it's not evolved. And that's basically the history of humanity. Enormous ego bumping up against another enormous ego, and enormous fights, enormous wars, discontent, and a hell of a lot of people being slaves to kings and presidents who decide, you're going off to war so that my corporations can make more money. So in a new earth, we have to let go of the mind being the leader, and we want to turn to the soul or the spirit, the high self in Hawaiian terms, the one who is directly associated with highest wisdom. So, as I was saying, what you have to do is meditate and learn that the thoughts that come into your mind are not you. And as I said in the first lecture, most people, if they've never meditated, never taken a course in meditation, are going to figure that if I have a thought in my head, it's my thought. It was thought up by my brain. And if it's a good thought, I need to act on it right away. If it's something I can make, I got to get it patented so I can make a lot of money on it. And if it's a bad thought, well, I guess it's came up in my mind, so I better pursue it. What's a bad thought? Well, maybe the bad thought could be, I better go over there and punch that guy in the nose because he looked at me weird. So if you meditate, and which means you sit still for half an hour and you watch all the stuff that goes on in your mind, and you don't get up and write these ideas down. That's the first thing you want to do when you start doing meditation, because you start getting, oh, this is an amazing thing. I need to write this down. This is amazing. No, that's not what you want to do. You want to watch all this stuff. Sit on your hands for half an hour. Put your hands in handcuffs or something, so that your focus is on watching all this stuff as it goes by the screen of your mind. Or, you might hear these things, hear some are spoken thoughts, some are maybe not so much in words, but ideas. Maybe you see visions. All of this stuff, it comes through your mind, for your mind. It's not yours. Your job is to simply watch it and realize, well, I'm aware of all this stuff, but it's not me. I don't know where it's coming from. It's not me. So I don't have to act on it. In fact, I can wonder about it. But the point of it is, it's not me. What I am is the awareness of all this stuff. And that is a very good exercise in meditation. Sit for half an hour and see what happens. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Okay, this hat is age, and I want to talk about the Age of Aquarius, which is a famous song from about 1969 by The Fifth Dimension. And it is basically the place that we want to get to on planet Earth. And so who's going to be in charge of getting us there? Well, it's going to be you, me, your neighbor. If we all listen to this song every day, is it going to get us there? It's very difficult to explain 5D, the fifth dimension, to people. Because why? Well, from getting from here to what they're talking about in that song. It sounds wonderful, but I don't know how to get from here to there. Well, that's true, because you're a mental mind, and mental minds just don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They hear something from someone else, and they might repeat it, but it might be wrong. Who knows what's the right way to get to the fifth dimension? The high self knows. And in order to talk to the high self, well, you don't talk to the high self. You quiet yourself, and you let your body connect with the high self by you being quiet. And you have to do this every day. It's called meditation practice. You can do it over and over and over again. And it's basically, your quiet time is when you're reconnecting yourself to source. That's what the high self is sometimes called, source energy. And then see what the body does. Some people do the Ho'oponopono, and that is a way to clear out Groundhog Day. Everyone knows the Bill Murray movie Groundhog Day, where Bill Murray experiences the same day over and over again. These are repetitive patterns, repetitive programs in the subconscious mind. And if you do the Ho'oponopono, this is a way to clear out Groundhog Day causing programs. And how much Ho'oponopono do you need to do? You need to do too much Ho'oponopono because there are so much crappy things running you. I know, it's very difficult. But if you want to look up Ho'oponopono, you can. And the thing is that you have to do it forever. What's the alternative? Meditate a lot and have inner silence. Now I've got an itchy nose, which means someone wants me to do something new. So the last thing I want to tell you is I don't know. As I said in the beginning of these talks, am a mental voice, and I'm here communicating with you. And what I want you to do is meditate yourself, maybe do some Ho'oponopono, and maybe you might like to set some intentions where you want to see yourself in the fifth dimension or 5D. And maybe you want to also try to see if you can see what your gifts are, your unique gifts that you can give to other people. I said give because in the fifth dimension, we're not going to be running on a money economy. We're going to be running on a gift economy where I'm going to gift my talents to you and everyone else is going to gift what I need. It's based not so much upon egoic wants. In other words, it's not going to be, well, I walk into a bar and there's a bunch of hotties and I want them all. It's not going to be a harem. Or is it? I don't know. But I don't think that that's what we should be saying. Well, this is a way for you to get all your egoic wants. Because these things, if you put all your focus on, I want to become, a billionaire. I want to have, then you're as bad as the Illuminati, who are like, the 1% that everyone hates because they own everything, and all the horrible that we hear about what they do because they're above the law, because they've got so much money to buy off politicians and police forces, etc. So we don't want to be like them, and we want to have a safe place for our children and our children's children. So we have to break the cycle of abuse that goes on this planet. The abuse is basically abuse of power, and the abuse of power is through money primarily. Institutional memories are the idea that we have to keep all of the things that we've got now because they're our heritage. No, our heritage is one of a nightmare. You look at the number of people that have been, well, everything in our human history, other than, some of the art and the music, science has been used primarily for warfare. And, haven't we had enough of that? Is that what we really want to pass down to our children and our children's children? And imagine yourself reincarnating. Do you want to reincarnate back into this nightmare, or do you want to reincarnate into a new earth that is fun, safe, and where you can follow your bliss? On this planet right now, follow your bliss always gets subsumed by the need to make money because you got to pay the rent. So we've got a lot of changes we need to make. And in order to get to this 5D, fifth dimensional world, we've got to... What? I've got to go meditate to figure it out. So do you, because I don't have the answer for you. For you, for you, for you, for you, for you. I don't know if how many people are going to ever see this video, but for you, I don't know what you need, but the source knows what you need, and in order to get in touch with source, you have to meditate. That's all I got for you. I'm Harry Weaver, your navigator, and please be sure to come back and see more of our videos. We make new ones every day.